Hi everyone, my name is Grace and I am representing the Arbor Hill Neighborhood Association. And we have three different initiatives planned to promote community health and decrease crime in Albany's Arbor Hill neighborhood. So first I'm gonna give an overview of what Arbor Hill is and some important facts regarding the area. So Albany's Arbor Hill is a community of notable strengths and exciting opportunities, including rich historic districts and important community institutions. The neighborhood has experienced difficult times and a variety of changes over the past decades. Its hilltop location offers fantastic views of the surrounding city, the downtown, and treasured natural spaces. Arbor Hill has a total crime rate that is 332% higher than the national average, and they also have a violent crime rate that is 137% higher than the national average. The average household income in Arbor Hill is $52,590 a year. It's important to note that the population of Arbor Hill is just under 4,000 people, and of those people, 982 live below the poverty line, which I think is a pretty significant number. 48% of families in Arbor Hill have kids under the age of 18. This is also important because Arbor Hill actually has one of the worst school systems in the area. And we'll talk about that later. But the demographic of Arbor Hill is about 89% Black, 5% Latino, 4% multiracial, 1% white, and 1% Asian/slash Pacific Islander. And a story that I found, which is important to look at, is Albany County Land Bank plans to revitalize 22 vacant properties in Arbor Hill, which will provide more affordable housing. Their goals include increasing opportunities for economic advancement, addressing the undersupply of services, and this includes things like food service, childcare, and school, I believe, mitigating climate change, and improving the health in the area. And I think this is important to look at because when looking at the Google Maps of Arbor Hill, you can see there's a lot of vacant and unsafe buildings. So if Albany County Land Bank does move forward with this project and kind of revamps the area, I think it's a huge step moving forward to create a better environment for the people of Arbor Hill. So next I'm going to talk about is what we want to promote and solve in Arbor Hill. So the three public health changes in the community that we want to make are helping people's perception of safety as well as their actual safety. With the crime rate being so high, we obviously want to decrease that through our three initiatives, but we also want to help people's perceptions of safety. Sometimes it can be so bad that they will not leave the house. So we want to really help them with that and reduce their anxiety since the crime rate is so high. Urban areas that have less, residents living in newly greened vacant lots, greened alleys, or in public housing with trees report enhanced feelings of personal safety. So something we want to continue to pursue and kind of work towards. Next is reducing the heat in urban areas, creating a cooler atmosphere for residents. So urban areas have less tree cover and more paved surfaces that absorb and radiate heat, which will ultimately cause a hotter summer and higher temperatures. And during a heat wave, every 1 degree increase in temperature can increase the risk of dying by 2.5%, which is pretty significant. Higher temperatures strain the heart and make it harder to breathe, increasing hospitalization rates for cardiac arrest and respiratory diseases. And excess heat and less green space negatively affects mental health and will increase anxiety over time. And lastly, we want to increase the overall health of the residents in Arbor Hill and promote healthy lifestyles through the use of green spaces. We've talked a lot about how green spaces give us so many benefits and health benefits, and that is something we want to promote while making these changes in Arbor Hill. So next is the project proposals. The first one is cleaning and greening of vacant lots, which includes removing trash and debris, grading the land, planting new grass using a hydroseeding method that can quickly cover large areas of land, planting a small number of trees to create a park like setting, installing low wooden perimeter fences, and then regularly maintaining the new treated lot through the post intervention period. So, this is really important because we want to have the area be really clean. There are two parks in Arbor Hill, but there's looking at them, there's not really much to them. There's no fencing, and I assume it's not very well kept throughout the year. So this initiative will make sure that these places are clean and maintained all the time. Second is to plant more trees in the park and on the sidewalks. So trees can provide shade, which will help cool down the neighborhood in the summer months, which I just discussed. And then increasing green spaces can absorb air pollution that stems from traffic. And then the benefits can be great for the community as long as it's done right and taken care of over time. We've seen some examples throughout the country that trees will be planted in urban areas, but then the city will come in and spray harmful chemicals on the trees. And this kind of just um, ruins the whole purpose of having trees there because the chemicals do more harm to the people than like not having trees there at all. So we also want to have a staff there that understands neighborhoods and that understands the heritage narrative. And then lastly, we want to clean up and get rid of negative vegetation. Low and dense vegetation is associated with actual and perceived crime risk because it affords criminals concealment and a place to hide stolen goods and weapons. So if we get rid of negative vegetation, we could see a 58 reduction in people's fear in going outside due to safety concerns, which I think is very significant and would get rid of a lot of anxiety among a lot of people. And then if an area looks like it's being used, there will be less crime likely to happen there. Like the increasing the amount of trees will and having a well designated landscape makes spending time outdoors more appealing. And then with more people outside, people will be more aware of the dangerous activities and behaviors happening around them. So, why should you care? Residents from other cities throughout the country have pushed back on some greening initiatives, so why should we invest in something that residents don't even want? The resistance does not come from like not wanting green spaces in their city, it comes from their mistrust. So, moving forward from that, with more and more people wanting to come forward and make changes and improvements to Arbor Hill, um, I think the more we are given more of a chance to make these changes and do these three different initiatives. Um, and the benefits of them heavily outweighs the costs. We could see a decrease in overall crime, gun violence, better mental well-being among residents, health benefits from green spaces, exposure to outdoor surroundings and greenness was associated with beneficial impact on cognitive development in students, which we talked about a lot already, but this can be very beneficial for the students that are not getting the best education, and this can help them with their development moving forward. And then exposure to nature can also decrease tension, anxiety, depression, anger, fatigue, and confusion. And then lastly is our team. The two different organizations that we have gathered to make these initiatives happen include the Albany Community Development Agency, and their goal is to revitalize neighborhoods throughout Albany and provide resources for home and community improvements, connecting partners to facilitate quality of life projects and workforce opportunities for residents with moderate to low incomes. And Arbor Hill would definitely be included in this, and I think that this agency could make a huge difference here. Uptown Neighborhood Cooperative is the next one, and they are an organization that has already been known to take initiative to help clean up Albany and the capital region. They work together to make a difference in our community, and their recent project included cleaning up Swinburne Park, which is in Albany. So, again, Arbor Hill would be a great place for them to help clean up and make better for their residents.